What up, Pittsburgh Steelers fans? It is Matty P and Marky D with an interesting off-schedule, TDU Boys show for your Thursday evening live in the US. Marky D, how you going, mate?
Mate, I'm good. I'm free. I was blocked the other day. I'm good. How are you?
Out of jail. Got your get out of jail free card for
Oh,
YouTube.
very, very lucky, mate. I showed my fault. I showed the Steelers versus Ravens game because I went to the game and I showed that, and then I got blocked within a heartbeat, and I was like, damn, my whole life crumbled away. You know?
Same for all the Steelers fans out
there. But I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Been a busy week. Busy week. So, yeah, looking forward to the weekend. It's our Friday. So we thought we'd do something a bit different. We talked about this on last week's TDU Boys. It's hard to remember. It's been a very busy week. And that sort of describes how it is. Exotic soy sauce. We wanted to do something a bit different on the show today, where we looked at connections on the Steelers team and what that might mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Marky D, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got about 12 different connections that I tracked.
I've got a few as well, but actually they're on my phone. But I'll go off memory because my phone's it's out of charge right now. But right. I'll go off memory. I know what's going on. I remember what I wrote down. I wrote on my notes.
If it comes back to life during the show, why don't you?
No, I've got it, man. I got a few that that kind of make sense. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do need it. Maybe I've already forgotten, but we'll see. Okay. If you see this happen like this, you know where I've gone. All right.
Righto.
Charge it now.
Is it near?
Yeah, it's behind me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's not like you gotta leave the room.
All right. See ya. Joking. All right.
All right. Cool stuff. All right. You go first. We're gonna have a crossover for sure, but you go first.
I've just told you I got having my phone on me, but okay, all right. So I think I want to start with
just go one. You go one connection. Then I'm gonna go one connection. We'll talk about it a little bit as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to start. I started at quarterbacks, right, on the offense, and I know it's the one we don't want to talk about, but I'll give him a fresh start. There's the connection there with Kenny Pickett and Matt Canada, right?
Yeah.
Weren't they in college or something like that?
So Canada recruited Kenny to Pitt. But then by the time he got there, Canada left Pitt. Yeah.
Right. Does that hold any weight? I want to try and bring that up to start with. Does that hold any weight for this season for the reason that they kept him? I know you did a big video about Peyton Manning talking about Canada and why you don't want to change coordinators, but I thought that's going to mean
I don't think that plays into it now. I think he's had a year. It's either working or it's not. I think it's more to do with the fact that he didn't want to flip the offensive coordinator. I don't think it's got anything to do with the personal aspects of Matt Canada specifically.
So for Kenny Pickett,
from a Kenny Pickett sense, from the rest of the offense sense, that's a bit of a different question because they've shaped the offense to fit more to what we think is the Matt Canada offense.
What I'm trying to say is, does it matter that Kenny Pickett was selected by Matt Canada right now? Does that mean any weight at all? Or nothing?
To me, I don't think. Well, I don't understand.
Do you think it mattered to Kenny though that he had his guy picked him, but then didn't coach him? I guess, and then
no, I don't think. Especially, I haven't watched Kenny with Ben on football, and they were talking about Mike Sullivan and the bonus of having Mike Sullivan there. So no.
Okay, well, shoot that one down. I'm 0 for 1.
No. It's fine. It's the connection. It's a good point though. And it's a question that some fans will have out there. I don't think it matters at this point. All right, I'll go Grady Brown, Patrick Peterson.
That was one of mine too, actually.
Yeah, LSU. So I don't know, Mark. What do you think? What do you think about that sort of connection?
Actually, that wasn't one of mine. I had another one with a former coach. So wait, Grady Brown was he? They're playing together?
No, so Grady Brown was one of the coaches at LSU when Pat P was there.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of the other one I had too. There was another player and coach the other day. I'm trying.
Well, here's one for you, which I didn't know about until I had a look, or it didn't marry up for me. Which is interesting considering we talked about depth chart. Anthony McFarland Jr. and Matt Canada. Matt Canada was the OC at Maryland. At Maryland, yeah.
Okay, but this one, I want to try and explore this and also go back to Pat P because Pat P's a legend. right? Now, with that, what is happening with McFarland? I'm not even sure. I keep seeing this idea that he's going to be number 3. I reckon that number 3 might be someone not even on the roster.
Yeah. And this is what I said to you. I reckon it could be last week. It could be someone that gets cut by another team during the preseason process.
Okay, so who you got? You said
Matt Canada and Anthony McFarland. So Anthony McFarland got drafted in 2019, and so he played 2018 with Matt Canada at Maryland.
Yeah. But I feel like, because I think some news outlets out there are penciling in McFarland to start at 3 because he's going to have the job. It's his. I don't see it. And I still see, by the way, I can't believe this. This is the craziest offseason ever. I've seen now 4 times that people think that Snell's on the team.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Did you know Snell's been cut?
Yeah, well, we didn't get cut. His contract expired. Yeah.
Of course you did, because you're a fan. I've seen 4 times of people like, oh, well, Snell's going to win the job. Not even on the team. Can't handle that. So there's no connection there. It's cut. You're done, mate. So they're saying that Snell is going to start at 3 or come back. I'm like, I don't see it. I don't think Snell's coming back.
Snell's off to the Titans to go play with his mate Will Levis.
Could do. Oh, because he played for Kentucky too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeddah. Jeddah was my sources are wrong 4 times in a row. I can't believe I defended this point for like a month that I've seen on Steelers chat. They said it. I've seen on, I think, various comments around the internet saying, oh, Snell's going to win the backup job. I'm like, he's not even on the team.
Ridiculous.
Doesn't make any sense to me. How does Australian know that over American sports?
You know what, I don't understand how you're more fired up about that than you were Marcus Allen's gameplay.
I didn't really have the only thing. Marcus Allen was okay, but I don't know, man. You know what? I'm fired up because someone called me out like previously. They might catch a show and they know who they are. I don't remember the name, but they called me out and said your sources are wrong. He's wearing 24. Check your facts. And I'm like, you make no sense because JPJ was wearing 24 and Snell's not even on the team. How about you check your facts? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one pet peeve that annoys me the most about any Steelers stuff is when you tell me that I'm wrong, and then in that same conversation,
you're wrong, yeah,
and they're wrong. So I think, anyways, like with running back 3, when that connection with Matt Canada, right, and McFarland, I don't understand why.
You asked me before. I think that could help keep Anthony McFarland on the roster.
The connection, but that's what I'm saying. But why? I don't think he's done much in the last few years.
He might fit what Canada wants to do if they can run the ball and you can switch it up to get the outside running going. I see the theory. I'm not sure I like the application. If that makes sense. Like it. I like the theory. I don't like the practice.
Oh man, yeah. J-Dub's been along the ride, the same ride with me on this whole thing for the last month. He's been following every single part of it. Like. And I see a guy on Twitter said that he's wearing 20. Snell's coming back. Snell would be great for this team. It's not even on the team.
I feel like it's a storm in the teacup player numbers.
I feel like but you know what though?
Storm in the team go.
What for the McFarland stuff to Canada? I just don't know how he's penciled in straight away to be number 3. I think his other guys got a chance. Graham's got a chance.
Yeah, I do too.
But I think even people from the USFL might have a chance if they get signed or who are getting cut from other teams. That to me is gonna be a position that we don't know who's going to be there just yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So pivoting back to Grady, Brown, and Peterson, what did you want to?
Grady, you said he coached him at LSU.
Yeah, I think it was Pat P's last year at LSU. I think that's where the overlap happened.
I guess to that point, he's our secondary coach, right? I'm just looking up here. Secondary coach. I guess there's a bit of weight in that. I guess he would trust him to be the vet guy. You know what I mean? Like that. I think Peterson's going to go off, man, this year. I reckon, like already, he feels like a Steeler. He's doing the podcast with Brian McFadden. Make sure everyone in the chat go spam Brian McFadden and Peterson and say go on Steelers Touchdown Under with Mark and Matty. We've invited you guys. You're welcome to come on the show, Patrick Peterson. Can't wait to see you, mate. We're best mates anyway, so just come on the show.
100%. I agree.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? This is one of your links.
Oh, I just kind of like that. I like the fit. It tells you that they both come from the same methodology. I mean, Patrick P could be probably a coach. He's that experienced anyway, right? So I don't think it's necessarily going to help you deeply in the coaching, but I just like the overall philosophy and the approach that they bring to the game. And Pat P talked really highly about Grady Brown. We've already heard lots of really good things out of Grady Brown. Like, I think Grady Brown is the future DC for the Steelers if they can keep him. So, yeah, I like that one. Do you have another one on your list?
I've got a few from memory, and I might check my phone. I'm thinking about now. I'm thinking like like a detective, right? Can we stay on the Patrick Peterson train? Because I think he's got a lot of connections.
Yeah.
There's one I'm thinking of, the new bloke we just signed,
Shandon Sullivan.
Oh, him too. Him too. Yeah, Shannon Sullivan, he played with him in the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
He's also played with Marcus Golden, right?
Oh, yeah, at Arizona. I didn't have
at
that
Arizona.
One.
And if you follow this train, we might backtrack a bit too. Marcus Golden played with JJ Watt, now playing with TJ Watt. But
actually, if that's the case, what year did Golden get drafted? Because Golden could have been part of the defense when Terrell Austin was there.
2014. I think it was 2014. Anyways, while you look that up, so Peterson also on his podcast today, is fantastic, by the way, with BMAC and Patrick Peterson. They call him Junk, or like Junkyard Dog or something like that. So the connection there with Marcus Golden, he talked about how Marcus Golden off the edge can really apply pressure, and the secondary is going to eat and feast away because they're going to have him as a third rotational piece by being there. So that was their connection from Peterson to Marcus Golden for the Cardinal. But then Marcus Golden talked about how the Steelers have he used to be a Steelers fan. He also used to watch like Debo Harrison, I think it was Lamar Woodley, those guys, and that connection. Like, he's also hyped up to be a Steelers fan. And then, as you're muted, I don't know if your dog's still barking, but Marcus Golden goes all the way back to Mike Tomlin, who we had dinner with in like 2014. There you go. I don't need a phone. Yeah, that's right.
Well, that was what? No, they didn't play together at Arizona Cardinals or coach-player relationship. But I thought it was interesting. Austin's employed by Tomlin as the defensive backs coach, right? Well, not actually anymore, though. He's obviously the defensive coordinator. But he was the defensive backs coach for the Cardinals when Wisenhunt was there, and Wisenhunt worked for Mike Tomlin because Wisenhunt was the OC.
There you go. Okay. I like this line. It's so hard to follow. There's a chat here from Jennifer that says, Jennifer, I can't pronounce the last name, Jennifer P from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
She got a shout out, man. She got a shout out in their podcast. All things covered. Yeah, she
getting shout outs everywhere.
Yeah, so there's another connection right there. So Patrick Peterson to Jennifer to J-Devil, and come back to this show, right? That's isn't that the whole thing? The six people of separation. You ever heard that theory?
6 degrees separation, yeah.
Is that right? Is 6 people or something like that? Every 6 person you know them or something like that? I don't know what it is.
No, it's like 1 degree out. If you know them, then they, it loops around.
They know someone else.
Usually anyone in your 3 degrees will know someone else within that 3 degrees. It's really weird.
I guess with the internet now too, we kind of know everyone, don't we? What do you mean, like on a personal level?
Yeah.
More personal. Yeah. But anyways, Marcus Golden, he had connections with the Cardinals to Patrick Peterson, to TJ Watt. And then it worked back to he had, I think the Steelers were high on him back in 2014 when Mike Tomlin had all his dinners. So even that goes all the way back then, they wanted him to be a Steeler. So I thought that was pretty cool. And his interview was quite awesome too. So
I've also got Neil and Kazi. They played on the Falcons together for a few years.
No, Cowboys. They played.
Kazi was a Falcon as well.
Yeah, but he didn't play for the Falcons. Neil didn't play for the Falcons. It should be in 2021 they played.
I thought Neil's first year was for the Falcons.
If it goes back that far, then I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he did. He played 4 years at the Falcons before he went to Dallas. Thanks.
Who's that?
Keanu Neal.
Kazi. Did he really? I thought it was a buck.
Oh, Keanu Neal. Keanu Neal played 5 years there, man.
Who? Keanu Neal played. Wasn't he a buck?
He was a Buck.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Yeah, man. They
So he
were
played for
both.
the
I think they were
Falcons.
each drafted the same year. Oh no, Keanu Neal
Oh.
came the year before. 2016, and then Kazi came in 2017.
Oh, so they played as the Falcons and the Cowboys.
Yeah, man.
Wow, there you go. Well, you know what, Matty? Just in the spirit of the show, you're wrong. You're wrong. How about that? No, I'm only joking. Look, because do you know Benny Snell's on the team? Do you know that? Well, that's crazy. That's crazy. So wait.
Yeah.
I like that because my knowledge only went back to Cowboys. So when was Kazi drafted?
Kazi was drafted 2017.
Oh my goodness. So did
So
they
they
play
played in the secondary together. I'd have to go through the snaps, but they might have both been the starters. Well, so Keanu Neal played 95% 2016, 99% 2017, and Kazi played 16% 2017, 91% 2018. So they were the starting strong safety and starting free safety for the Atlanta Falcons in 2018.
That's a big connection. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
that's actually quite huge because the defense now has, we talk about well, I think it was last year that Sutton talked about communication. Now Sutton's gone, so he's been disconnected. But the communication now from those players to work together for like the last few years, and I thought it was only him playing middle linebacker at Cowboys and Cards play back safety.
No.
There you go. You only get it here on TDU, nowhere else.
All right, so we cover that one. How about this one, right? I've got two that I want to do. I'll do two. The other one's a little bit more obvious. Did you know that Wallace and Fitzpatrick were both in the same year at Alabama together? They came out together.
No.
Most people don't ever talk about that. Levi Wallace and Nick Fitzpatrick.
They played on the same team?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All this secondary is very connected. Very connected.
100%. That's why the title of the show is not just a gimmick about connecting the dots to improve. Like they literally.
I feel like we need like a map to like do it all together.
100%.
We had the graphics, man. I didn't know that at all. So when were they? Because obviously they're older players now.
Well, they both played 5 years in the league, so they both came out in the same. I'm pretty sure they both came out in the same draft class. Yeah.
So Minka, so he was playing cornerback as he's playing safety.
Yep.
And now it's the same thing because he'll probably play. Peterson's playing one side. Levi Wallace. I think Levi Wallace is like the guy that
Levi Wallace might play inside, man. Levi Wallace might play inside.
Wow, that's a good connect. I didn't know that one. That's a lot of that's mine were like on the surface level research. Yours is like ringing up the coach. You know what I mean? You're going all the way down there.
Yeah.
Really
so yeah. Let me. Oh, it always defaults to 2022. I hate that.
So Minka, Alabama. Do they win any championships together? They might won a few
They
championships.
did go to the championship that year, I think.
Because I've got another college one that's really easy to get. You'll probably get it straight away, but it's still a great connection. But I like this so far. The defense is all linking up together. Where did Cameron Hayward go to college? You remember where he went to college? I'll find out. Does he know anyone?
Hayward. He went to Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I thought you liked that one. And then here's one. Ryan McCollum and Dan Moore were at Texas A&M together at the same time as Braden Mann. But Braden Mann came out a year ahead of them. But McCollum and Dan Moore played in the same offensive line.
Now, I've been hearing a lot of it. Ryan McCollum, dude. They're trying to pencil him in as one of the backup centers, right? But how long has he been in the league for? I know nothing about him at all.
I thought he'd been in the league for like 4 or 5 years, but he hasn't. He's only been out for 3 years.
Where's he?
He's like Dan Moore. Sorry, 2 years, like Dan Moore, 2 years.
Right. Where's he from in the NFL?
He went undrafted, and I think he might have been at the Vikings, but let me have a look. Detroit.
We haven't got any Detroit players, do we? No.
And Austin. Yeah, Austin left Detroit well before that. So yeah.
And there's no. So he was he a center or a backup center with Detroit? Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's one of the signings to me. I just got on the radar. I have not even looked any thought process into that. So you said him and Dan Moore have the connection.
Yeah, they both played together on the same offensive line at Texas A&M.
All right. Is there any more connections with like Pat Meyer? Where'd Pat Meyer start?
The problem, like when
Yeah.
I look at some of this, I look through Pro Football Reference. They don't have every coach; they only do the coordinators.
So I wonder what leeway or he has with different certain players coming over. You know what I mean?
Didn't he coach at? Let me look it up. He coached at.
I like what we're doing, but it's hurting my head.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, so he obviously was coaching at the Panthers. I know that. He no one played at the Chargers. Played with the Bears, but that was before James Daniels was there. He was assistant at the Memphis Tigers. Wait, he might have been at Memphis when Tomlin was at Memphis.
He's right. That would be crazy. When he was a receiver.
No. When
Wasn't Tomlin a receiver?
Tomlin coached.
Oh.
He was a graduate assistant in '96, and Pat Meyer became a graduate assistant in 1997. And Tomlin left in '97 to go to Arkansas State. Yeah, so they had overlap, but they weren't there fully at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was a real long string, that one.
Yeah.
Holy dooly. I've got a shorter one that I want to bring up though, and we can go back to the other ones too. These are fun.
Okay.
Sticking with the college stuff, I like that the Georgia Bulldogs, the new Georgia Steelers.
Oh yeah, okay. So I've got the three of them: the Pickens, the Broderick
Yeah.
Jones, the Darnell Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea that we have Georgia Bulldogs on the team. They're all rough and ready to go, and they're potential starters. So Pickens, left tackle. If he gets Dan more job over the next whenever it happens, right, from week 1 or from week 10, whenever it happens, then you have Darnell Washington too. They're all that's a good connection, I think, to build around the offense.
So then you have obviously Carney Benton and Herbig both came out of Wisconsin this year. They were both on the same defensive line there. So you got that connection. So similar sort of thing as the Georgia guys. And then you've got Weidel and Khan, so they know each other going back a long time as well. I don't know if that's their Saints. I think Weidel. He knows Weidel through the Saints.
Maybe they just met up at a pub. They just went
maybe
just went out drinking, and that's it. Like, you want to build
so
something
funny.
special?
You Google Andy Weidel, and he still comes up as the VP of player personnel at the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah. Well, his connections go crazy too by bringing over the Eagles players.
Well, yeah, in Herbig and Ciamalo.
Yeah. So, and was there any Eagles defenders we brought over? No, I don't think so. No,
but we just copied the same thing of just bringing in the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, but that's a good connection for Andy Wild. Yeah, to bring his fellas over. See Marlo.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, Cody White and Connor Hayward played together on the same Michigan State team.
And of course, with Cody White's dad, they all know. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I think the last few years they all know each other. Like, everyone knows everyone. Like, and it's real tight, knit group there. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm just trying to have a look at what else. If there's any more.
George,
there's some guys. There's a couple of other ones with guys that are like filling out the 90-man roster, but I wouldn't say that that's got like a deep connection that's worth. Oh, we missed Ogunjobi and Highsmith. I think they had 1 year overlap at Charlotte.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I find what's cool with Ogunjobi now, I don't really see him as a Bengal or Brown anymore, man. I saw the media day with him coming out in uniform. He looks like he's ready to go. Ogunjobi looks like he's ready to go.
I found another one that might be an overlap. I don't know. We'd have to go check what years they were especially with transfers. Armon Watts on the defensive line has been out of Arkansas for 4 years. And Jonathan Marshall, the other defensive tackle, he also was at Arkansas, but he's only been out of college for 2 years. So they may have had overlap.
And wasn't he from the Jets, Marshall?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Armon Watts the Vikings with Pat P as well. Pat P and Shen.
It all goes back to Patrick Peterson. Yeah. Well, you're right. Yeah, I'm also with Patrick Peterson. We have, of course, Shen and Sullivan who work with him. I like the secondary now. They now it was Count O'Neill playing safety with Kazi.
Gentry and Cole were together on the same Michigan team.
Like when he was playing center? Was he playing center?
Yeah, let me look up what he. And remember, Gentry got pulled into Michigan originally to be a quarterback.
That's crazy.
So Mason Cole would have.
Oh, did he throw a pass from under center?
I don't know. I'm gonna have a look.
Wow. By the way, guys, we're doing this on the fly, so hopefully it's good commentary.
Yeah.
There's a million we've done like a million shows in one.
Sports Reference didn't do it back in 2015. But yeah, needless to say, they were definitely on the same team. They were playing together.
That's crazy.
And Mason Cole was drafted by the Cardinals, which meant he would have been there with Golden.
Hang on. Was Mason Cole on the Vikings when Patrick Peterson was on the Vikings?
Yes. They might have. Peterson was on there for 2 years. Mason Cole's been with us. Oh, yeah, probably.
So pretty much Patrick Peterson knows everyone.
No, Patrick Peterson's the linchpin to the entire team.
Yeah. Because he knows.
Maybe. No, he was there 2021. Yeah. They would have had overlap. Yeah.
Crazy. I've got a few more that I want to cover up. They're not maybe that is important, but I think as a brotherhood standpoint, they can be. I still like the fact that it's Allen Robinson, Trubisky, and who's the other bloke?
Oh, James Daniels. Yeah.
Or Daniels too. Daniels too, right? But who's the other receiver? Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller. Yeah, that's a cool one, mate. That's a four. That's like a connect four. Like that
was bing, bing, bing. That was starters together, man. Like they were two receivers, and you brought in. I didn't even think about James Daniels, the guard, right?
Yeah.
They started football games in 2018. So that's good depth. That's good, just football presence for the locker room wise. They that's not bad either. Even though Trubisky won't start, but still having those connections there, I think is pretty good.
What else you got?
I think that might be it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other players. So, I haven't got their colleges. I'm just trying to think. Like we've got Tanner Muse from Seattle, but there's no real. Oh no, I found one.
Yeah,
Seattle and Tanner Muse and Aaron Curry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though he's not going to play teams and whatnot, but that's still the connection of bringing maybe him coming over because he played more or less teams wise tackles, and Aaron Curry's the new guy for the linebacking coach. Something there.
Where didn't Curry coach at Charlotte?
Oh wait, no, Curry. Wait, I'm not too sure if he coached, but he was a player, wasn't he? He was a player for Seattle.
He was a player for Seattle. He coached there as well. I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
I think so. Just quickly Google that.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. He went to Wake Forest, he says.
Yeah, he coached it, but he played for Seattle. Didn't he get drafted by Seattle at pick number 2 or something?
Did he coach there too?
Yeah, he did. They picked him up that way.
I can't find.
Is on the roster who's a rookie that's been brought in. Also played. They like Sam Houston State. They've got a linebacker and a wide receiver who got brought in as undrafted rookies, both from Sam Houston State.
Read what Fisher Trout says. What Pete says. Fantastic. I know it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of fun.
More dots than a game of dominoes.
Yeah, but it's cool to see. The best one so far for me is that probably the Count O'Neill one and the Kazi. They played together all the way back to the Falcons. I thought it was only the Cowboys. That's how far I went. So I saw the first connection and stopped there. But of course, you got the
Canada. Matt Canada. He coached at Illinois for a bit, but I don't think that would have. It wouldn't have overlapped with Kendrick Green.
But yeah, you got the brothers too, right? The Herbigs, the connection. You got.
Yeah, but the Herbigs. The problem with the Herbig connection is that the older Herbig didn't go to Wisconsin. The older Herbig went to Stanford.
Yeah, right. I wonder what the idea of everything linked to with Mike Tomlin is. There's probably some more other things where he knows all these players, but as the head coach, right, he must like have real good connections, or even like maybe where's Kenny Pickett's connections with Pittsburgh? There's not many because he's a newer player. Do we have any players from memory from Pittsburgh, like the college?
No,
Don't think we do we?
No.
So he's like the odd man out.
I think he's actually the only one on the roster right now from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we used to have James Conner was there. But I guess his overall big connection is that
Najee might have been there as like a fringe player at Alabama when Wallace and Thingo were playing. Wallace and Fitzpatrick were there. Technically, I saw this one before the show. Jamarcus Bradley, who's a depth wide receiver who won't even make this roster, he and Kevin Dotson played at Louisiana together. Who else we got? Oh, he's a good one. Cole Holcomb and Mitch Trubisky both went to North Carolina, and I think they were on the same team.
Really?
Yep. I'd forgotten that Holcomb went to North Carolina. There you go.
What about our mate Christian Kuntz? What about him? You have any information on him?
Oh God, Kuntzy. Christian Kuntz.
I think we've done half the team.
Is it 3 years? He's playing 3 years, right?
Yeah, he played in the XFL too. I don't know where he came from, but
yeah, it'd really help if you could tell me his college, because I've sorted this by college now.
So he played for Duquesne. Is that right?
Duquesne. Yeah, he's the only person on the roster from Duquesne.
New England free agent, Denver, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, free agent, waived, and then he went to the XFL, then he came back to long snap the ball.
All right, here's one for you. Dan Moore, Ryan McCollum, Braden Mann, and I forgot DeMarvin Leal played it at Texas A&M. So there's 4 guys that played on the same Texas A&M roster.
Can you... Michael says Kuhn stands alone. He certainly does. Can you search on your expert stuff there? Can you search how many players by college we have on the team? Like if you do
from
Alabama
a specific
players?
College? Yeah. We've got 3 Bama players on the roster right now.
What's the highest? Can you search? Like, can you find the highest college players?
Yeah. Texas A&M.
That's the highest
with 4. There's 3 Penn State. Oh, there's 4 Wisconsin, so they're tied with Texas A&M. Yeah.
Who are the 4 players from, you said, A&M?
Leal and Braden Mann, Ryan McCollum, Dan Moore, who all could make the 53.
Okay.
We've got 3 players from San Diego State as well, but 2 of those guys won't make it.
Oh, isn't that the running back receiver?
No, he's
Bird?
from he is from another college. He's from he's from San Diego State as well. Why isn't that? Oh, because he's not linked. Actually, there's 4 people on the roster from San Diego State, but none. Like they'll be lucky if anyone besides Carl Z makes the roster.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool. I don't think I have too many left, to be honest.
I don't think there's any other connections I can really.
That was pretty fun.
Cole and Gentry was pretty good. That was a surprise. Spencer Anderson was there with Anthony McFarland Jr. and Matt Canada.
I'm trying to find maybe another what about Mason Rudolph wouldn't be connected to no one, would he? What was he? What's called? Was he?
He's connected to Marjorie Harper, who's a depth cornerback, but
Oklahoma State. He was all the way from there.
Yeah. Trevor Downey and Hakeem Butler both played for Iowa State, but there's a 3-year gap, so I wouldn't really count that as a connection, so to speak. Actually, here's an interesting one. Duke Dawson and Keanu Neal both went to Florida, and they only got drafted 2 years apart, so there could be a connection there. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Warren came from Oklahoma State too, but he wouldn't have played with Rudolph, would he? Nah, no way, because he's been in the league
he did that in his
5
final.
years.
Yeah.
Well, holy dooly! I think I'm all out. I don't know. I can't think of any more. How much you
No, I think
spent?
that's it. I think that's pretty much the.
I need to go watch that back. So thanks everyone for that part of the segment. Holy dooly, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, there's a
all
lot
the
of
links together.
connections, man. There's a
Do you
lot
have any
of
more? I
connections.
don't think of any more that I can think of off the top of my head.
There might be other coaching ones. The hard part is that like I didn't do it off the. We can quickly pull up Steelers coaches. The problem is when you do it through Pro Football Reference, which will link things, that they don't have like every specific all the like each position coach. They've only got like coordinators and any other notable coaches. So down, where was Frisman Jackson before? Actually,
I'm not sure.
Frisman Jackson was where with Pat Meyer at the Panthers. There you go. Where's Alfredo Roberts?
What a name!
He's a legend.
Yeah, I think I've covered as many as I could, but
he was with the Chargers. I think Sullivan was at the Chargers for a little while as well.
Man, some of your ones went so far in depth. Like you did, like we could do a whole movie on that or something like that. It was insane.
Yeah, man. That's yeah. Buccaneers. No, I think that's kind of the extent of it, man. I think that's the.
So we figured out that Patrick Peterson is mostly key for a lot of players on defense, and then all the secondary is really connected. So we said it was Minka was connected with Levi Wallace, and from Alabama, Peterson knows connections with Golden, with the bloke in the middle, Armon Watts if he makes it, and Peterson knows. Also, Peterson played with Joey Porter. You know that in the Cardinals. I'm pretty
I
sure.
mean, I don't really count that because that's not like.
And now he's playing with his son.
Yeah. Sure.
So also, Peterson has connections with Brian McFadden, his cousin, and now wearing 20. Like he is coming. Like I don't know, man. He's going to hopefully finish 2 years with the Steelers and then hopefully win a Super Bowl. But he's got real good connections with everyone. Like the whole, like I've been watching his show more than usual now. I always knew it was a thing.
Yeah, I've been watching it too. Yeah.
But now that's like 2 Steelers, McFadden and Peterson as a Steeler. There's even comments in there saying Vikings fans are like, "Oh, I still watch this even though I'm a Viking fan." But like now being a Steelers fan, we've got 2 fellas together, and they're cousins, and it's fantastic. So, go to their YouTube and shout us out, and we'll get him on the show.
Yeah, wait, hang on. So Pat Meyer and Alfredo Roberts were both together there at the Chargers.
Pat Meyer and Roberts.
Yeah, so both to do with like that O-line. That's pretty big. Yeah. 70s, there was a player called Rusty.
Because they've been coaching the similar time too, 20 years and whatnot. So that is a good connection too. Yeah, they're probably all interconnected. They're probably all interconnected somehow.
They probably all just have the same agent. That's it. That's the simple answer to this show. If you've like scrolled ahead, that's the simple answer: is that they all got the same agent.
They're all part of the Steelers. That's how they're connected. All right, easy show.
All right. Well, that's actually going to wrap up the show because that's
my brain is exhausted. Everyone's connected.
I need to go have something to eat. I haven't had any breakfast yet. It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm like, yeah.
No, I'll ask you a question to wrap it up, right? Because it's just to summarize things. How are you feeling about the Steelers so far, man? Or being in June and all the OTAs going on, you're pretty hyped up, excited. What's your Steelers level right now?
Do you want the Matty is the host of TDU answer, or do you want my actual personal opinion?
I want both. I want the personal opinion. What do you think?
I'm really hyped by the team, but I'm kind of a bit like trying to take it with a grain of salt. Not because I think they're going to be bad or indifferent or anything like it. It's just we've got like another 3 months till the season starts.
Yeah, it's a
and
long
I
way
feel
away.
like it's going to wear me out. You know, like I think training camp I'll feel a bit better, but like until they're at training camp, I think I'm a bit like, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, I know what you mean because everything now, like there's no off days now in the NFL because you can make the NFL makes something out of nothing all the time now.
100%.
Schedule release, draft, OTAs. Kenny threw a pick. I can't believe Kenny threw a pick, and then everyone's like, "Oh my goodness!" It's OTAs.
And Mark Robinson was the one that picked him.
Yeah, he's my favorite. So, and I'm not going to blow him up too much either. But like, it's like it doesn't matter if Kenny Pickett throws a pick. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I am. I think this team's built for a championship.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. Like, I almost want to save some energy for that. You know?
It's your off season too, right? Well, and also you've got a lot of things going on with the wedding coming up too. So everything's going to be really fast, and that's going to go crazy. And then the wedding is week 1. So week 1 this
yeah,
season. And
that's what I mean. So it's like kickoff for me too. Like, there's a lot of preparation going into the.
You have a lot of like
months.
stressful, exciting, crazy. You know, things happening all around everything. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's been a big week of wedding stuff. Maybe that's got me a little bit tired. But Pittsburgh Tony says A+ draft, A free agency. I'm anticipating 10 or 11 wins. Hella excited. Yeah, this team's got this 11 wins is got to be the floor for this team. They've got to go for 12 or 13. I'm hyped. I think we said we're a championship team, but I'm hyped.
Still got to take it day by day. Like the Americans need to enjoy the summer, and as Australians here,
100%.
Just go through the winter. But like enjoy our football and stuff like that.
Like any good like piece of meat or curry or anything, you want to let it marinate, right? The Steelers need some time to marinate. They're not, or if you're baking the cookie, it's still soft in the middle. You know, we need to bake them for the right amount of time for them to come out, just right.
I was always the idiot that would rush and eat the cookie straight away, and it was too hot, and then burn my tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what though? On the weekend, I'm actually going to I didn't tell you this. I'm going to the Mariners Grand Final.
Well, you did tell me.
Did I? Oh yeah, I'm going there tomorrow night. I can't wait. So yeah, we're going to enjoy the little stuff, but it is really fun. The preparation of this team, I think the veterans coming in, all that kind of stuff, Pat P, all those things. They're building something here, and it's different. This is different conversation that was 3 years ago with Big Ben's leaving, and now it's like Kenny.
Yeah, I must admit that's one thing that is good is that like you feel fresh with this team. Like you're not feeling like it's a situation where like you're focusing on the negative. It makes it actually a lot harder for you and I to put out content because we've got to really like look into what we're gonna want to talk about. But I love this connection show. This was cool.
Half my ones that went really well is my negative is me yelling at my biggest views is me when the Buffalo Bills guy threw a 98-yard pass. So negative sells, but positive is good for the team.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've got a fairly negative focused video coming out over the weekend for our subs. It's negative with an idea of making the team better, but
with a twist.
Yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this week's Steelers Touchdown Under Boys. We will have some content coming out over the weekend, but this is substituting our live video tomorrow because of a few weekend commitments that Mark and I had. We might do that from time to time. So hopefully the Thursday night worked. If it didn't, and you have caught it on the Friday night, do let us know in the comments and stuff as well. But at least you got that content. Or if you usually catch us on a Friday night and you're listening on the way to work or on your lunch break or whatever, or just before you go to bed tonight, cool stuff. But yeah, with that, Marky D,
go Steelers. Here we go.